So there is a minor difference between the multicellular organism and unicellular organism. In unicellular, the division of labor is not existed. Means in unicellular, there is a single cell which has to perform every activity. So if we come across different fundamental activities of a living organism like breathing, growth, and showing response to stimuli. These are all the basic concepts or the fundamental activity that is done by a living organism. So here single celled organism should perform different activity, but in multicellular there is a division of labor. What is the division of labor? See, simply if you look at the picture, the man cannot do different works at a time. So he is holding the speaker, he's holding the book, he's holding the file, he's holding the phone, he's holding the newspaper, but can't go through different activities at the same time. So there is a division of labor in multicellular organism, means the man has to do the things by time to time. He cannot do all the activities by the same cell. So different cell has to perform different function. So that is the difference between multicellular organism and unicellular organism, means there is a division of labor. So if we come across the life cycle of a cell, so first there is a tiny atom which makes molecule, and that molecule make the macromolecule which is the bigger molecule and forms organelle. Organelle is nothing but an unfluid structure which contains the cell. So cytoplasm is not organelle because it is a fluid structure. So organelle consists of only the solid atoms of the cell and makes the cell, and cell makes the tissue, and tissue makes the organ, and organ makes the organ system makes an organism or the body structure. So this is a life cycle of a cell. So organelle is a very important activity which is done by the cell. So cell is a very fundamental unit of our life. So let us look at the definition of nephron. It is a functional unit and basic unit of kidney that carries out the main part that is called as filtration process, which mainly consists of collecting duct, Bowman's capsule, looping of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, proximal convoluted tubule, and the collecting duct. So main part of the function is called as the glomerulus in the filtration process. So collecting duct is nothing but the which receives the filtration activities such as food. Bowman's capsule, each Bowman's capsule is called as the capillaries of glomerulus, and looping of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, proximal convoluted tubule helps in mixing of all the bile juices which moves to the kidney and start the process of filtration, and glomerulus is the final stage where the filtration process forms and absorbs maximum amount of ATP and form involves in the formation of urine. Let us move to the structure of nephron. So let us understand the structure of nephron. Let us understand what is Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule or the Bowman capsula glomeruli or glomerular capsule is a cup-like sac at the beginning of the tabular component of a nephron in the kidney that performs the first step of the filtration of blood to form urine. The glomerulus is enclosed in the sac of the Bowman's capsule. So if you look at the Bowman's capsule, there is a sac between the red component that is called as the glomerulus. Let us look about the proximal convoluted tubule. The convoluted tubule a portion of the vertebrate nephron that lies between Bowman's capsule and the loop of Henle and functions especially that is the reabsorption of sugar, sodium and chloride and water of glomerular filtration. This is called as a proximal convoluted tubule. Next, when we come of looping of Henle, it is very essential part of the kidney which absorbs the sodium chloride, which is very necessary for the body from the urine. That is the function of the looping of Henle. That loop of Henle is a U-shaped structure in the nephron. So there is the million nephrons in our body which assures the filtration of urine. And when we come to the distillated convoluted tubule, it also majorly, that is potassium, hydrogen and ammonium, separates from the urine and take part in the different levels of filtration of the kidney. And when we are coming for the collecting duct carries the urine, which is very important in absorption of ATP, that is filtering the urine from the component of the nutrient. So this is a structure of the nephron. So let us come through the main plant hormones. So as we also having some hormones for the essential aderinaries, that is left by the parts. So plant also has some main parts of hormones. Auxins. Let us come to auxins. These are the cell elongators which elongates the cell for the growth of the plant. So it is also very essential for the plant. And gibberellins. Gibberellins is nothing but stem elongators. So stem elongation is very necessary in plant for the formation of fruit. So gibberellins act as a major component in elongating the stem. So cytokinin promotes the cell division. Means a promotion or the push is very important while dividing the cell. That promotion is well necessary part